Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a kind-hearted woman who sold bread every morning. She was known by everyone in the village as the bread seller. She lived a simple life, but her bread was always fresh and delicious, making her one of the most popular figures in the village. Every day, the bread seller would bake large, warm loaves of bread, and she would walk through the village, offering them to everyone she met. But unlike other vendors, she didn't just sell her bread for money. She had a special rule. If anyone was hungry but could not afford the bread, she would simply give it to them for free. No one ever left her without a loaf. One day, a poor old man appeared in the village. He looked tired and hungry. He didn't have money, so he sat by the side of the road, hoping for a kind soul to offer him something to eat. The bread seller noticed him and walked over with a warm loaf of bread. "Here, take this bread. You must be hungry," she said, smiling. The old man's face lit up with gratitude, and he thanked her deeply. He asked, "Why do you give your bread away for free to people you don't know?" The bread seller simply replied, "Because I believe that no one should go hungry." It's not just about selling bread, it's about sharing kindness. The old man, who appeared poor and humble, was actually a wealthy merchant in disguise. He had heard about the bread seller's kindness and wanted to test her generosity. As he ate the bread, he thought about how the bread seller always put others before herself. After finishing his meal, the old man stood up, walked over to the bread seller, and said, "You have a heart full of kindness. You gave me bread when I needed it, without asking for anything in return. I want to reward you." He handed her a bag of gold coins and said, "Take this, for your kindness will be repaid many times over." The bread seller was surprised but graciously accepted the gift. She thanked the old man, but she was careful not to let the gold change her values. Instead of keeping all the money for herself, she used a portion of it to help others in need. With the gold, the bread seller expanded her bakery and continued to bake bread for the village. However, her true wealth lay in the kindness she spread. People in the village started to help one another more, and the entire village became a place where everyone supported each other. As for the old man, he visited the bread seller often. He always brought gifts for her and her bakery. His most cherished gift was the smile he saw on her face every time she gave bread to those in need. This story teaches us the importance of generosity and kindness. The bread seller's willingness to help others without expecting anything in return made her a true hero in her village. It reminds us that small acts of kindness can make a big difference, and sometimes when you give freely from the heart, good things come back to you in unexpected ways.